how to create goals that actually stick. Today I have 3 different strategies for you that are going to help you with your goal setting and actually help you execute them. My name is Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and I coach women how to write a better story for their lives. And I'm also a homeschooling mom of 8 children, and I've been able to create a very successful and lucrative business as well as raise my children and be manager and CEO of my home. This is what I know to be true. This has worked for me for decades. Let's get into it. And I want you to write down everything that is the things that you want to do, things that you just want, and things that are just in your head that you would like to do at some point. I want you just to write it down, and I would write it down kind of, in consecutive order, not according to necessarily a need or how, pressing it is, but just start dropping them down more in a list of things that you are really wanting to do, to have, and to be. I want you just to write it all down. And now I want you to keep this kind of out as well, because when you do that, now daily, I want you to, in the morning, because you want a place that's calm, quiet, you don't have interruption. I want you to get up early if this is what that means for you, but you need that quiet place, because this is so important, because this is like the make or breaker. I mean, you must know what you want. You've got to be intentional about these things, or they're just pipe dreams, period. So when you get these all down every day, you can either, what's great about it is you get in there and you can either add to or cross off as the days go by, and you're looking at them and you're getting them refreshed in your mind each day. You're kind of going over them, adding, tweaking, doing what you need, keep going. I like to put the year at the top and just start writing. If you're new at this and now we're at the end of 2024, you could just put 2024/2025 and just start going. Okay, so doing this important strategy not only gives you, clarity, but because of the intentional part of writing it down, gives you the calm and the peace, as though, okay, it's done. I want this. When you're writing something down and you are saying, okay, I want this. This is what I want. You're asking. Now, when God says that when we ask anything in prayer, believe that you've received it and it's already yours. This is your way of really expressing to God in your quiet place. Listen, this is what the things that I need, whether it be a new car, or you need new clothes for your children, or you need your children to be on a different nutritional plan and that you can help them with their health and their anything that they might be going through, or yourself, or things that you need, things that in your home, maybe you've had this old washer that's been ragging around forever and beating up a storm and it's going out any minute, but you're just finding yourself just complaining, and in your mind you're like, oh, I gotta be humble about this. Some people don't have running water. I mean, you just try to talk yourself out of it. Whereas when you are intentional about it, you say, I'm gonna get a new washer. This is what I need. I need a new washer. Now, God also tells us that He is our shepherd, that we shall not want. So, meaning we already know that our needs can be met, but we must know what we want. So you need to go down there and say, okay, I'm really making an intentional statement right now that this is what I want. Now you feel as though it's already done. It just gives you that, because when you don't write it down, it's like a pipe dream. And then you get reminded of it every time you go start a load of laundry. You're like, well, frickety, frack, 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 frack. I just wish that this would not be acting up on me today, but when you've got that down, you've got your beautiful book out and you've got things that it's like, it's just a matter of timing at this point. It's just a matter of timing. So when you write it down, it's like end of sentence. It's done. Now it's just a matter of it to flow out and to make itself known. So that's what's so amazing about this strategies, because these strategies I'm going to be giving you is because these are strategies for everything that has to do with my Planner Perfect method, and why you will be extremely successful when you implement it. Number 2, now it's time to take this beautiful list you got going on, and each beginning of each month, you're going to pull from that list and decide what fits into that month to execute. So you're going to be like, okay, you know what? Guess what? This is the month that I can pull over that washer. I'm going to go look at them. Or maybe this is the month you're going to go and look at them so that you can, in this month, totally decide what you want. I mean, there's so many to choose from. There's so many different ones that fit different needs, different spaces in your house. Get clarity, get some knowledge under your belt on what's going to be the best one and what you really want. And that's where we tend to fall. It's like, well, I want this, and then we complain about it. It's time to get intentional and to make the move. Find out what goal that is and plunk it in. So you're going to be putting don't go over heavy. We're monthly focused. My planners are monthly focused, and then you've got your broader view. So now you're focused on that one month. Choose the ones that are going to be the one that you are going to say, hey, you get chosen for this month. This is what we're going to be doing. Which then is my segue into number 3, our final strategy, which is now you're going to give it some breath. You're going to make it alive. You know how? Because either by giving it more depth of action, you need to take now the action steps of how you're actually going to attain this goal. I mean, you can't, that's why to-do lists, I don't like them. Women live just off to-do lists. Huge mistake. You got to know how you're going to actually do it. But if you're going to live off just a to-do list, they tend to just run on from day to day to week to never being accomplished. And not to mention, I don't think you ever think really big, broad, or huge when you're just running off to-do lists. This type of to-do list is like this huge strategy of where you're actually blowing the ceiling off and you're actually thinking so big, like, wow, I am deserving of this. I can achieve this, but I've got to at least write down the end goal and then go from there. So I want you to implement these strategies, and I want you to experiment with it, and I want you to report back, because I know without a doubt, I've been doing this for decades, ladies, with 8 children, and also partially raising, just by watching them daily, my grandchildren, and still running a business and running a home very efficiently. It works. I'm just going to tell you right now, it works. I've been doing this for a long time. Your action steps are now imperative. And like I said, the action steps don't have to be where you're actually even obtaining something per se, but the action steps of, like, when you go and figure out, okay, what is the washer? What are the ones that I want? Now, when you got that down, when you're like, oh yeah, okay, oh, and you got the price and all that, you're like, you know what? I don't even know how it's going to come, but I know that this is what I want. You know, this is what I want to have. Like, you don't even, like, let's say you don't even financially ready for something like that. Don't go lesser, you know, to even fit in with your budget. Just say, you know, this is what I want. Like, go for what you want. Don't settle. Go for what you want and be like, okay, you know what? That's it. I have to have this color, this make, this model at this price. This is what I want. And then you come back, you're working in, get another page out in that planner, and you're just like in that book or that spiral, and you're just like, you know, dryer. This is what I want. And now you won't know exactly next, but that was your action step for that. Today, you're going to, you know, this month, you're going to figure out that washer. You know what it is. You get in your spiral again. You're like, hey, this is what I am wanting. And then it will make itself known, whether you'll find out that it's on sale. You'll bump into more money that a certain month. And you're like, this is the day. You know, it's just one of those things that you can get excited because you're taking all of the right moves to get to the things that you really want without settling. Now, this doesn't have to go for even things like that. It goes for everything. You know, every single day we're accomplishing goals, in whether we plan to just spend our time losing time, but every time we're doing something that is achieving something. So might as well be intentional about it with clarity so we can actually level up in life. I mean, can I get an amen? So I want you to, even sometimes goals can look like, I want to make more time to spend with my children. I want to make more time to spend with someone I love. I want to repair a relationship. I want to actually not be so busy. It can look like anything to you, but those kind of things are what needs to be done. And then, you know, sometimes things have to be really pertinent. Like it is like, okay, this has got to get pretty serious right now, and I want to really execute this right now. Whether you want to change and just completely do a swap with your meal plans for your family, since you are the CEO of your home and take care of your family, maybe you need to like alter some things or experiment with some health things and food with your children so that you can see, hey, you know what, think I'm going to make my meals more geared towards this way so that my family is healthy. We can resolve some of these issues since we know the body knows how to heal itself. Those are some of the things. Then now you could pull that over and say, okay, now I'm going to get real actionable steps in my monthly goals section that has plenty of room where you can write down your strategy and your action steps now, something that you've pulled from a long list of wants and needs, pulled them over, and now you can be like, okay, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. And if you wanted, the beauty of the books and the spirals that you can get real messy and you can expand and start to think things and bring them things down specifically to one goal. And then you can now take it and then pull from that brain dump strategy that you put down and then now move it in actionable steps in your goal pages in your monthly planner. And it's actually going to be like, you can't help but accomplish these goals. Like you can't help it. You can't even try not to. This is how you create goals for your life that stick, that actually move the needle in your life and help you level up without compromise. I hope that you've really enjoyed this video. There's going to be more to come. Hit the subscribe button if this is something that resonates with you. And until next time we're together.